Hi everyone, Rach here from Book Piles. Welcome to my TBR video for series September. This is something that I participated in last year and really enjoyed, and because my reading is getting back on track, I want to take part again this year. It's run by Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and Krista from Books and Jams, and I'll link one or other of their channels, or both if I remember, in the description below. There is a bingo board which can be found in their videos, as well as I believe on Instagram if you know how to look for them on Instagram. So there are 9 squares in the bingo board, and I have found books to cover 8 of the 9 squares. However, I'm reading 9 books over the course of the month. So all of the books are on the Kindle. There's no physical books at all. They're actually all on the Kindle. And I've made a page in my reading journal that I could barely use this year, but I've made a page. And I'll just go through and tell you the prompt and the book, which is why I'll be looking down a little bit. I'm going to, how will I start this? So the first prompt is let's get started. Let me do it this way. Prompt number 1 is let's get started, which is start a series. Prompt 2 is double it up, which I understand to be 2 books from a series. Prompt 3 is a blast from the past, so an older series, or a book from an older series. 4 is talk of the town, so a popular series. 5 is it's a wrap, so finish a series. 8 is out of the box, so read something a little bit outside of your comfort zone or a different genre or something like that. Did I say that was 8? That's 6. 7 is you own it, now start it. 8 is now you can watch it, and 9 is three's a crowd. So I believe that is either you could read 3 books in 3 books in a series, or you could read a trilogy. Or you could read a book from a trilogy or something like that. So how I'm going to explain it, I've got 9 books altogether. So for prompt 1, let's get started. Prompt 3, blast from the past. And prompt 9, three's a crowd. I'm going to read Tessa Dare's Castles Ever After series. I might be fudging the lines on things, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in the end. So I think book 1 is Romancing the Duke. Can I figure it out? I think book 2 in the Castle Ever After is Say Yes to the Marquess, and book 3 is When a Scot Ties the Knot. So those are 3 of my 9. For prompt 2, which is double it up, I'm going to read books 2 and 3 in the Duke Hunt series by Sophie Jordan. I read book 1. I'm not sure when I read book 1. Did I read it last year or at the beginning of this year? I really don't know. Book 2's been out for a little while, and book 3 came out this week. So book 2 is The Rake Gets Ravaged, and book 3 is The Scoundrel Falls Hard. So there's 5. Blast from the past we've covered. Talk of the town. This one is, I went with a book that, because I've been watching a few of these tier ranking videos and favourite historical romances and all of that sort of thing. So I've kind of taken that as talk of the town. I don't watch TikTok and therefore BookTok, so I don't know what's being talked about there, because that was one of the suggestions you could find. So I've gone for Tessa Dare's The Duchess Deal, which I've heard a few people talk about, so for me it's what I'm taking for that. That's for prompt 4. For prompt 5, that's a wrap. I'm going to be doing The Do-Over by T.L. Swan, which is the final book in the Miles High Club, which is I can't buy till next, what are the days next week? It's due out, it's either due out on the 30th, I think it's due out on the 30th of August, but for me I can't buy it till the 31st. I think I made a comment in the last video about I didn't know whether Kindle was like a worldwide thing or regional or whatever. I think it's a worldwide thing, because the third Sophie Jordan that I was buying, I couldn't buy it on the date that it was listed because, how do I explain this? I think it was due out on the 23rd of August, but for me, on the 23rd of August, it's primarily the 22nd of August in the US. So I had to wait till the 24th to buy it, which would have been the 23rd. Does that make sense? Clear as mud. So I've got the same issue with the do-over. But I should have it by the 1st of September, and it's going to be the first book I read. I know that for a fact. So prompt 6 is out of the box. So this is where you read something that's maybe different to what you normally read or anything like that. I have chosen to read a trope I don't normally read. I mean, I've got, can you see them? Oh yeah, it's in behind this little picture. I've got The Pillars of the Earth, which is a series I could start, but that's a big book and I'm not interested in doing that. So I've gone with a trope I don't normally read, and there are 4 books in a series. It's a Reverse Harem series by Sophia Summers. So let me see if I can figure out the right way around. So for out of the box, I'm actually going to read the second book in the series. It kind of doesn't really matter whether I read the first book or the second book. The out of the box thing is going to be the trope, the reverse harem. So book 1 I think is called My Irish Billionaire, and book 2 in the series is Toy for the Teachers. So I'm kind of putting 6 and 7 together. So 6 is out of the box, which is a different trope, and 7 is You Own It, Now Start It. So there. So I'm actually going to read book 1 and then book 2. Doesn't really matter. Trope 8, box 8 on the bingo board I'll come back to, and number 9 I've covered, which is Three's a Crowd, so a trilogy or whatever. So I'm doing The Castles Ever After, and I'll read the 3rd and final book in that series. Have I covered everything I was going to read? Say, I think I have. So prompt 8, now you can watch it. Or along the lines of basically a series that's been put onto the TV screen or the movie screen, and the only thing I've really got, which are these books here, is the Bridgertons, and I've read them, so I'm not going to reread. I'm not going to go outside my comfort zone and read something that I'm not really interested in, and the only thing off the top of my head, well, Harry Potter, I'm not interested in Harry Potter at all. I've never read, don't intend to read. Outlander doesn't appeal to me. Those are the 2 other things I can think of. There are probably loads of stuff, but I don't watch a lot of my TV viewing tends to be more sort of documentary and sport these days. So there may be some other historical romances that have been translated to the big screen. I just don't know off the top of my head. So I'm not going to worry that I'm not going for full board. I'm going for 8 out of 9. I've actually got 9 whole books to read. None of them are short books. Well, I say that. These reverse harems, I don't know how long they are. Actually, I could probably tell you because they're on my Kindle. If I can find it relatively quickly enough. Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. It would be good to know if I actually have a couple of shorter ones in the 9. I can't remember how many I read last year. I'd have to go back and look. Just going to go through the alphabet because I've got them listed by alphabetical by author. So I've got to get to S. All these books I keep buying. Next page. Next page. Let's open one up and have a look. those are the covers. I don't have colour on my Kindle, but I'll have a better photo inserted anywhere. Does it give me an idea of how many pages? So it must be, it's a little bit over 200 pages, so it's a little bit shorter than you know, some of the other historicals I'm going to have, but you know, if I'm enjoying the historical, I can get them read relatively quickly if I don't have a lot of other stuff on, and I'll just, you know, figure it out. Anyway, that's all I'm going to share. I'm a bit rusty on the book videos. Is any of you going to take part in series September, and if you are, what are you planning on reading? Drop a comment below for myself and anybody else who likes to have a look, and I'll catch you again soon with another video. Thanks everyone, bye for now.